Play action fake. They'll look to throw. The 20. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. 1st and 10 at the 19. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Sturgis adds the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is TJ Logan to return it. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Wilson. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And finding the tight end, Hooper. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. But you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson, escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it third down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Now Matt Bryant on for the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Bryant's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Fuller. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
Gun! Detroit! Gun!
They'll set up to throw. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be taken short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
19. Let's go, 14.
They go play action here on first down. Flush to his right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Now Wilson. He completes it to Jordan Nelson. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
95.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And his throw is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Could be four-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. They only get two there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Muhammad Wilkerson able to drop him for a loss of 4. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And some space here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one 28 yards on the ground.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking. Beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Taking a shot for Samuel. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Jordan Willis in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! Gun! Gun!
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Really good, solid run right there, and they did it from a 4-wide receiver set. And if you're an offensive coordinator, they used to tell people, hey, we're going to throw the football. Now they use 4 receivers on the field to spread things out, give them more running lanes and more options, and also it usually takes the bigger defenders off the field, makes the defense lighter and easier to run against.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Now a handoff, running off tackle right. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And they'll go on the ground. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Pressure gets there, and he goes down. Now, there's also a flag, but this might be on the offense anyway.